Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? I don't really need to explain this to you, but I always like to remind people when I start, this is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. We communicate the best way we can. And he's probably not going to give me a lot of details, but enough that you should understand what he's talking about. So we're going to talk to Richie. Excuse me. So anything that happens to me during a reading is meant for you. And just when I got ready to hit the button, the sirens were just going like crazy, just down the highway. Don't know where they went. They didn't come here. Anyway, and I felt this like shiver, like oof. So he knows that you have, when you hear a siren, it's almost like a PTSD. You hear that siren and it just, because of what happened to him, even though you weren't there, even though you didn't hear the sirens. I mean, as far as I know, you didn't. He says he knows that it's really bothering you a lot when you hear a siren. And he wants you to know, closer, it did not hurt. There was no pain. It was quick. He wants you to know that he did not suffer. He feels like you need to hear that he did not suffer. He wants you to know it was okay, as far as okay as it could be, I guess. He's not really saying it's okay that it happened, but it was okay the way it happened as far as how it affected him. I guess that's the way I want to say it. I'm not sure that's the right way to say it either. He's not even concerned about anybody getting in trouble for it. And I don't know if there's a reason for that, or if it's just because when we get up there, we just really don't give a shit about what happens to things like that down here. We don't care what happens to our couch or our car. And that's kind of the same feeling he's given me about who did this. It's like, I really don't care. I love you, baby. More than you actually know. I love you more than you really know. Men have a little harder time expressing it. Even though I expressed it, I didn't express it to the depth that I wish I would have expressed it. So he's also hoping by you knowing that you won't cringe and shiver whenever you hear sirens. That he's okay. He's very soft. He's very mellow. He's very full of love. Something about, I heard ear and then I heard earring. Did he have an earring? Did you have his earring? Something about ear and earring. Sometimes they just throw words out. So Okay, so he's taking his fingers and he's walking his fingers up my back. And as he's doing that, he's doing the itsy bitsy spider song. Doing that up this side of my back may not make any difference, but I usually try to tell you exact, so just in case. And he's walking up singing that song. So I'm assuming he sang this to you when you were little. Might have still been doing it. You should feel that going up your back, across your shoulder, on your leg. I'm not sure. It doesn't have to be exactly where he's doing it now, but I just like to make sure and tell you exactly where it is. And now he's humming it. He's humming it. Humming it. I can't seem to talk today. You might hear the humming. You might hear somebody just a humming noise. Also, if you run in, hear somebody singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider song, or you might see on a kid's show, you might see Itsy Bitsy Spider, but you should feel this, him walking his fingers up there. So it could feel like a pin sticking you. If he tries too hard and it hurts, it feels like a pin, tell him, hey, that's a little, can you back off just a little? It could feel like warmth. It could feel like a bug crawling up your back. It could feel like just a horrible tickling. I don't know how you're going to feel the energy. It just depends. Everybody feels it different. So he's also going to do that on top of your head with the fingers. And it probably won't feel like fingers, because we don't have them anymore. But, sometimes I can just feel them stick their finger or whatever. Right, I can feel it go through my hair. I can feel it all the way through. So when he does any of this, he's trying to let you know that he's there. Validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more if you want more signs. Once you start getting the hang of the signs, you'll get more. You'll get more different stuff. And I always ask him to do something unique and not just the same old cardinals and feathers and stuff. Something unique for you and him. He's humming that song again. So you should hear it, and usually when you hear it, you either hear it with your telepathic ears or you hear it in one physical ear. Okay, so he's showing himself sitting in your house on the couch, kicked back, arms behind his head. Don't know if this was a habit of his or what, or if he's just showing that he's relaxed. He's got his right leg crossed over the top of his left leg. There's no way I can stand up and show you. And he just sits there and just watches. And he's comfortable. He's relaxed. He feels welcome. He feels at home. He feels at peace. He feels kind of like that's where he should be. And you might feel his energy like when you walk by the couch or a chair or something. You just feel something different. And I don't know if I've already said it in your reading or not. Everybody feels the energy different, like I said. I don't know how you'll feel it, so I don't know how to describe it to you, how you're going to feel it, but just you'll walk by where he's at and you just feel something different in the air, in the energy of the air. Do it again. No, I can't quite see it. Well, if you don't like this, you can tell him so, and you can tell him not to do it. But it's like he's sitting there, and he could be in different chairs. It doesn't even have to be in your house. And when you walk by, well, it's going to be on your leg. It's going to be on your leg, and he's just going to kind of poke you as you walk by. Just kind of poke, poke, poke. And like I said, we don't have fingers anymore, so it won't really, probably won't feel like a finger. It might. It just depends. I know that's wishy-washy, but I don't know for sure how you're going to feel it, and I don't know for sure how strong or in what way he's going to do it. But he's just going to poke you as you walk by. So you should feel like a little push or a little hot spot or like a pin sticking you or just however it comes across. You might just be walking around the room and just all of a sudden start scratching that spot, you know. But he's showing your upper thigh, so I'm assuming that's where he's going to do it all the time. Doesn't have to be. I know, it's wishy-washy. I can't help it. And I promise you 1,000% he can hear you. He can see you. Talk to him. Talk to him all you want to. You're going to feel a very loving presence close to you. Usually it just kind of overcomes you. You just feel this overwhelming sense of love. Know that that's him. Ask him to bring you signs. Give him permission. Give him permission to be in your house, if that's what you want. Give him, right. He says you're a very strong girl. Very strong. You've had to be in your life, and you can still keep being strong. You are the glue that holds some of the others in the family together. He says, and you always will be. You have that in you. Oh, and then he goes, like he's proud of himself for giving that to you. Something about a cup of tea, T-E-A. Could be a glass of tea, but he said cup. So I don't know if it's hot or cold tea or what he's referring to for sure. Maybe you're holding some right now, or you were just getting ready to get up and get some. You just drank some. His energy is just very calm, cool, collected. Don't forget to work hard for whatever you get. It's worth it in the end. The payoff is worth it in the end. He says, well, first you're here, then you're not. Now you're here, now you're gone. Just like boom, like snap your fingers, boom, done, boom, gone. He said you never know. So remember that with your loved ones around you. You never know. And he says, like snapping your fingers. That's all it was. Snap your fingers. Done. Remember that with the ones that are still there. Don't have any regrets over somebody leaving. And he's not talking about him. He's talking about the next one. He's talking about making it right before they leave. And he's not saying anybody's leaving real soon. That's not what this is about. Saying what you need to say before they leave. Treating them the way you want to treat them before they leave. telling them you love them before they leave. Making it right now. Not waiting till it's too late. Don't take life for granted. And he says, you never know. You never know. I can't snap my fingers very well. You need to make things right between you and a female. I feel like it could be an older female, but I'm not 100% for sure. And he's not saying who or showing who. You need to make amends. You need to make things right while you can. Now he's talking about a particular one this time. Before he was talking about in general. Now he's talking about a particular one. He says he doesn't need to say it out loud. You know who he means. And if you want help with it, he's willing to help you. Call on him, ask him, give him permission to help you. They cannot override your free will choice. You have to ask, and then you have to be willing to allow whatever comes forward, because they can't make us. Lord knows my guides want to. Your life would be so much better, Rhonda, if you do what we tell you. Yeah, no. I have free will choice. With that, he's going to give you a big hug. It's almost like a bear hug, but it's from behind. It's almost like you'll be sitting in a chair and he'll be standing behind you, and you could even start coughing, could even start choking. He's giving you this big bear hug, but it's kind of around your throat. Not with his hands. His hands aren't around your throat. He's not doing anything bad. But he's hugging you kind of around your neck and your throat. So if you kind of start coughing, you feel like there's something catching your throat, tell him it's too hard. Tell him he needs to back it off a little bit, or at least not a bit. I don't know if I need less coffee or more coffee. At least acknowledge him. Sometimes they don't know when they do it too hard, because they try real hard and then they don't know that it's too hard, don't know that it bothers us. Like when they stick me with the pins, it's like, that hurt. Can you back it off just a little bit? Sometimes they don't know that they're putting too much effort or pressure into it. So also, when he does that from behind, you should feel like warmth back there. Like I said, I don't know how you're going to feel it. You could get goosebumps. You could get a chill. Usually I tell people, majority of the time it feels like this big bubble pushing on you. That's just the energy, the change in the energy. He says, I love you very much, and I'm very, extremely proud of you. Especially the way you've handled all this. Very proud of you. Know that I love you very deeply. And with that, he's going to leave. He says, for now. Just for now. And he's kind of waving, kind of like wiggling his fingers, waving at you. So I don't know if this is something he did. Don't know, anytime you see somebody waving a little weird, different like this, kind of wiggling the fingers, doesn't matter if you see somebody doing it in a movie, on Facebook, in a store, doesn't matter. It's still going to be a sign from him. This will be a sign, but he's saying later. He just says later, and he left. Okay, much love to you, my dear. Thank you for being patient. I got getting a little bogged behind. So thank you very much, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. See you later. 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 Don't forget those.